Everybody, and welcome back to Magic and Miracles, where you learn how to be the magician of your life. My name is Anna, and I'm your most favorite manifestation coach under the sun. Reason why there's no such coaching program like my coaching program, and nobody but nobody spends as much time with their clients like I do. All the information from me is below. If you need to schedule an hourly consultation with me about your situation, you can do that first. I can always apply it to any package that you will book with me, of which there are a few. You have the choice of audio exchange, of Zoom sessions, or telephone sessions. And there are two kinds. One is the standard kind, and the second is the deluxe. It's the most hand holding that you will ever receive in the history of coaching, quite frankly. But essentially, regardless of which package you choose, 2 to 3 times per week, I correspond with my clients. The session is an hour long. I usually go over. Everything is recorded. For me to rewatch, for you to rewatch, take notes. Everybody needs to take notes in my coaching. I take extensive notes. And the coaching program, I usually recommend 2 to 3 months, okay? Depending on the case. It might take you just 2 months, it might take you longer. I don't know your story, you know your story. So recently I rolled out yet another new idea for my channel, which is that I will no longer be recording educational audios for public consumption. This is a major change, I realize. However, I felt it was an inspired move on my end. These audios will be of a higher echelon, and they're essentially equivalent to taking a course, with the exception that you do have access to me. You could email me. There's a version of it that that includes 2 phone calls with me at a discounted rate. My rate went up recently for YouTube. And it's more involved. This information will not be available anywhere else. Really, really not. And I feel like I have the liberty to record longer audios. I have the liberty to talk about things that I really want to talk about without it sounding weird in some people's cases. Yes, we'll still talk about SPs and things like that, but I really want to talk about it the way that I really meant to in the beginning. Okay, when I first started this channel, I was talking about esoteric things, weird shit for some people. And I really felt like the more I was going, and again, like I said, like many times, okay, please don't misunderstand this. When I'm saying like manifesting SP isn't a thing, okay, I understand that for some people that's like everything and that's all they want and everything like that. But understand my school of thought and the way that I coach. My teachings are that is just the beginning. That is the tip of the iceberg, truly. And it will really serve you if you opened up your horizons and started understanding. Like, again, no disrespect, but everybody out there is milking this subject till the end of time, getting your attention with techniques and affirmations and this, that, and the other. And that is not the cure. Let me repeat it again. This is not the cure. This is not the cure. The cure is you. And my teaching focuses entirely on the psychology of you, on your history, on your beliefs. I've taken psychology classes. Okay, I'm super fucking fascinated around that subject, and with everything that has to do with it, coupled with my knowledge of 15 years of research of different teachers, my own experiences, and definitely innate knowing, my channeling, okay? It's like sometimes, 99% of the time, when I was done recording for my channel, like I literally could not tell you what the fuck I just said. Okay, like I literally could not tell you. I was like, I know I spoke about something to do with SPs or something to do with money, and I literally would take like a couple of notes in my notepad for the channel, but I could not reproduce it. it's literally one take only, and I would just go. Right, so it's an entirely different work I do. I just want to like point out, this is why I feel like it's a natural, most natural transition that's been kind of brewing in my mind for a while, a long while now, like over 6 months, where I really feel like this is a school. Like when you're signing up for these audios, this is a school. Okay, it's like taking a curriculum of mastership. Okay, and again, you have access to me. It's a lot different than just taking an online course where it's like, here you go, it's very impersonal. You have the option of reaching out to me, with a question. It cannot be lengthy. Okay, if you need to, kind of like book the hour, you need to book the hour and discuss things. And many people do this. Many people, not a lot, but I mean, some people have booked with me an hour or so just to ask me questions about my audios on my channel. True story. Because a lot of it is just, it's a little bit over some people's heads. Okay, again, don't mean any disrespect, but the thing is, you really need to understand, guys, right? All this mumbo jumbo, this like mass produced bubblegum bullshit out there that everybody's so hard on selling to you. This idea of like, here, look at me, look at me, look at my channel, notice me. I'm the other way around. You know what I mean? If you notice my personality, I'm so fucking unbothered about, these kinds of situations. What I give a shit about is that, whoever needs to notice me will notice me. Okay, whoever needs to get attracted into my life will. I'm so fucking happy with the quality of my work. I'm so fucking happy with the quality of my clients, which is the most important thing to me. Okay, here and there were some really unpleasant instances for me, but whatever. It happens. It's just part of the game, I suppose. But overall, I'm like super happy with, I'm more into the quality. I'm more into the enjoyment of it. I have to enjoy the process myself as well. Okay, to give my best to you. Laura P. Hi, Laura P. Forgiveness is a game changer. Anna is 100% right. Yes, it really is. And so I just want to stress that it's a completely different game I'm playing, and I'm not afraid to be unpopular in some people's eyes. I really don't care as far as that goes, really. I'm not here to be popular. I'm here to do a job, okay, that I know very well how to do. And so these people who are really like milking your views and this and that, okay, I guess for some people that works. But in the end, understand something really fundamental, that you're not doing a service to yourself. You're really not. Okay, you need to really focus on what matters. And for me, it's more important to offer this service to people who truly seek the change, rather than the people who are like instant gratification driven and looking for the easy fix. I'm not interested in that crowd. I'm not. I've had a couple of calls with people like that who were looking for the easy fix, and that turns me off so much. I don't have the patience for the people who don't have any patience. I just don't. It's really about understanding that if you focus on this work, right? So 2 to 3 months is not a long time, provided like you've done this, you may have done this for like fucking ages, right? For years or so, right? Even if it's 6 fucking months, even if it's a year, okay, let's just be dramatic for a second, just for the sake of example. It is still a minuscule amount of time compared to some people who do this like for a lifetime and never like get focused on what they need to manifest, never do the work, never are consistent. Okay, if you're into watching these videos nonstop, listen, I know it's like kind of ironic, I'm on YouTube and this and that, but I'm telling you, it's okay to start with that, right? It's not really okay to continue that. That's like an addiction at that point. You need to really get it and then move on with your life and perform miracles in your life. Okay. You see, here we go. Kelly Christine, hi, I remember you. I know you focus on SP. Really, really not, but okay, yeah, I can understand that I gave you that impression. I really do. I was just, helping people that had a lot of questions. I would receive mail like nonstop. You should see my fucking mailbox. It's like 5,000 emails there at any given time. True story. I can take a screenshot. But do you work with appearance change? Yes. I said it in my last live. I work with everything, not just SP. I would prioritize appearance change over speed. Thank you, as you should. What do you suggest with appearance change? I mean, depending on what it is you want to change, and again, it has to do with belief systems. Like some people in my coaching, I've spoken to people that don't have that situation. They just assume they're a certain age forever. They're ageless. Okay, some people were like really flabbergasted because I shared my age in my coaching. Okay, to me it wasn't that like I've looked the same since I've been 19. Like true story, seriously. Okay, so depending on what your belief systems are, right? So that's worth discussing, and depending on what you want to change. But essentially, you understand, right? If you've listened to my channel, you know that your body is a hologram, right? Christine says, Kelly Christine, sorry. Yes, I've definitely become ageless. Well, then what's the issue? I'm confused. Maddie Grantham. Maddie Grantham says, you're beautiful, thank you. Where was I? Somebody could remind me where I was. Right, so again, let me just say this because now I only addressed SPs as much as I did in the framework of my teachings. Oh, hologram, right? Your body is a hologram. So many thoughts pouring through my mind. This life is simulation and your body is a hologram. So you get to change whatever the fuck you want. Right, so when these people start talking about like weight loss or disappearance of wrinkles, or your face kind of like changing in the way that you want it to be, this is all like a sneeze. It's so easy. This is what I want to teach in the audios. A lot of this stuff, again, I feel like it will be more productive to do it this way. Kelly Christine, I just wondered if you personally have manifested that as you are as beautiful an angel. Yeah, I just talked about this. I never fucking exercise, okay? Hello, how are you? I have tried it personally. I don't derive any pleasure out of it. I've done yoga, this and that, but my body does not change. It's literally the same. I've had the same body since like modeling years, okay? Here and there, maybe I will gain like a pound or two, lose a pound or two, but more or less it's the same. It's just the same. Because I have this assumption about myself where it's like, this is just how I look. My hair does go gray. That's something I want to experiment on. But my hair went gray like when I was 20 or something, started going gray. I don't particularly mind it. I kind of like experimenting with different like hair dyes and this and that. Oh, okay. You want an example? I'll give it to you. It's a little bit very personal example, but I'll just give it to you because I don't give a shit. My boobs, okay? I'm already laughing. I hope that like YouTube will be okay with this example. But anyway, I always wanted the perfect breasts, okay? Because on my mother's side, they're very small boobs, okay? Tiny. And on my father's side, like enormous, right? So I was like, I don't want either. I want like something in between, like perfect, like 34D. And that's exactly what I have, okay? And again, like my sister has huge, like too big, I think. Mine are just perfect, right? So I ordered it ahead when I was developing still, that I really wanted that. I've done this many different ways. Things that, I remember like one time, I don't even know how the fuck, I think I do actually. I was wearing heels for like an entire shoot for like, I don't know, maybe 16 hours, some shit crazy like that. and I ruptured one of my bones on my foot. Fun story. And I was like, I don't know, I think I was like 22, 23. And the doctor was like, you need to lay in bed and dooba dooba doo and all this shit. And I'm like, I'm not laying in fucking bed. And I had a date, I had a really hot date with this guy, and I went anyway. And in fact, when I was like really excited about this guy, my foot healed in like a day or two because I just intended it because I really wanted to go on this trip with him. Anyway, making wrinkles disappear, okay. Again, not worrying about what I eat whatsoever. I'm just vegan vegetarian, but I could eat a whole pizza by myself, etc., etc. So that's the easy stuff, really, you know. I think the face and the body really tells a story of what's going on inside. If you're stressed, if you're worried, if you're miserable, okay, it shows. You know, if you don't believe that you can change something, it also shows, right? But age can be reversed. I'm like 100% sure of it. There were times, this is another situation since we're on the subject. When I was about, oh my God, I don't know, 25, I was the most miserable, okay? After like coming to this realization that I no longer want to model and basically never did. And I was really depressed, and I have pictures from that time, and I literally looked like I was in my 40s, and I was like 25 because I was so miserable, you know, and I never looked that way again. This cobra, remove. Okay. Yes, Christine, Kelly Christine says, yes, age can be reversed. I want people to understand. Yeah, it's just like you visiting. How do you block this motherfucker? Excuse me 1 second. There's some idiot here that's annoying me. Oh, report, right? Harassment. Sorry about that. Some people just don't have a life, I suppose. Somebody's really obsessed about stinky feet. And so you see what I have to deal with, right? This is why I don't want to have these fucking things on YouTube. I mean, I love YouTube, don't get me wrong, and this and that, but there's some really crazy people out there. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, age can be reversed, and you see now I can get rid of this motherfucker. Laura P. Help. Oops. I think I'm doing this correctly. Okay, yes, age can be reversed because you're traveling through parallel reality. So if you're in the parallel reality where, again, you're on a frequency where you are miserable, where you are unsatisfied, and it literally shows, right? So when I talk about like being attractive is about radiating your beauty, right? Your light shines outside. And that's what literally produces the illusion of how you look. Okay, Laura P, if you're still here, could you please, I don't know, I blocked this Cobra King idiot, you know, and I can't block him, and I bet you those are these copycats that can't get enough of sending some weird shit my way. Listen, recently I've been bombarded. Okay, I hope this is enough now. Okay, traveling through parallel realities, right? So if you're on the frequency of being miserable and suddenly you change your frequency, you radiate that light and your appearance just changes, right? So, but everything exists on the frequency. So if right now you're in a position where like, yeah, you're miserable and whatever your reason is, right? Usually it's because people forget who they are, right? it's usually because you forget the kind of power you have. If you really knew the kind of power you have, you would never, like, I mean, I understand forgetting it for like a moment here and there, but you would never actually drag this on, the feeling sorry for yourself or bad or whatever. You would be like, oh yeah, I'm the god of my real. Oh yeah, I'm the golden Buddha. Duh, hello, let me get to work, kind of deal, you know. So it's a reminder. Um, okay, so we have a bunch of like super crazy guys who are in the chat room, and somebody doesn't have a life. So sad. Um. Okay, so anyway, what I really wanted to focus on though in my audios is really talking about this exactly, you know, how to remind yourself every day, and not only that, but how to really manifest so fast with such precision that there is no more of this conversation of like, can I do it? Am I allowed to do it? You know, there's no more disbelief, okay? There's 100% knowing that you're the master of it all, right? So that's the thing. And this kind of material, it was what I wanted to post in the first place. But again, people asked me to talk about something very concrete. And again, I started out saying that it isn't like a criticism of any kind by any stretch of the imagination. I love helping people. I really do. But the thing is, you, as a coach, as I am evolving, I want to take my audience to such a place where you're so far, you know, gone evolving into the right direction, where your SP is not the focus of your life. You are. That's the whole shebang. If you can switch places with your SP in terms of importance, you have it made. At the very least, you have the right vision, the right perspective on things, right? It's the entire shebang. The entire mistake is around making them more important than you. It's just like, I'm not going to prioritize what other people think of me when what I want to do is something that is really exciting to me, no matter how many people get pissed off. First of all, people don't like change. I can understand that. But with all due respect, I have to enjoy this journey too in order to give my best work, right? True. So, and, you know, what you learn for $350, I mean, are you joking? We're talking about $350, right? It's like this. Look, if your self-development is not important to you, then by all means continue watching those videos from all these people who are literally, it will never end with those people, meaning you will always need to go and get some watch another video, yet another video. Why? Because it doesn't address the actual thing that it needs to address. None of them actually tell you, yeah, you know what? You know what? If you actually fix your fucking beliefs and the way you look at things and the way that you take care of yourself, all your problems will solve themselves. The end. That will be a very short video. They don't know how to talk about anything else. And that's like completely obvious. And again, like I said it last night, I don't want to be part of that crowd. I never was. Right? So, right. So here's Zara or Zahra says, how can we manipulate energy and attract an SP? That's exactly what I'm going to talk about in my audios. Like the first audio that I sent out to all the people that subscribed, signed up, that's exactly what I talked about. There's a lot of things that I held my tongue on my channel. I'm not even trying to sell it to you. I'm just telling you the truth. I was always going to go with the weird shit and with the evolved shit, with the advanced shit. And most people just wanted me to break it down in steps and really be, how can I say, beginner level. Again, no disrespect. So I don't want to be in the beginner level anymore. I want to really go where I want to go, So that's what I'm kind of, this is not beginner level anymore. This is something like for beginners. You can listen to the audios that I will leave on my channel. Okay, you're welcome to listen to those. But if you want to evolve with me, like I said, you need to you need to subscribe, sign up for the audios. But it's all about manipulating energy. It really is. That's what you really are put on earth to learn, how to manipulate energy. If you have that, you can have anything. You can have anything immediately. Okay? No matter how long the situation was a shit show, no matter how long you thought a different way, you simply have forgotten all the tools that you have. As long as you're a human being, as long as you're a being on earth, you were put on earth with these gifts that you have. You're just not practicing them. You're not evolving. So instead of watching videos, you should focus on that fucking shit. Seriously though. Okay, that's the best investment in the world, in the history of mankind. Okay. What's a shebang? Do you have an internet? Look it up, darling. Courtney Hairston. I love that you're straight to the point. Well, I don't know another way to be. So yeah. The people asking in the comments, what's an SP? Oh la la. What are you doing here? I'm sorry. I don't mean to be mean, but please. Please, darling, please. So you have the option of essentially the audios, right? This is a must. I mean, going forward, whoever you are, if you're on my channel, yeah, I think they know it. They just don't want to use their mind. For Courtney, so this is how it will go on my channel. This is a school. I almost like thought about this morning renaming my channel to Magic and Miracles Manifestational School. Okay, you have access to me, right? That's not how can I say? It's not standard that you have access to a manifestation coach like pretty much immediately, right? If you email me, I'm always on my phone. Okay, if I'm not in a session, I'm on my phone, right? You can get a reply from me. You can book a session. We can talk about when you want to book a session, etc. You can book the coaching, okay? If you need to wait a little bit, I'll let you know. You can have the audios again, the monthly audios package that contains 2 phone calls. Okay, so you have direct communication with me as your teacher. Okay, so you're never like left alone. Like this is not abandonment. Okay, like this is complete give. I just want to do it on my terms. Okay, and I don't really want to give away all the stuff that I worked on up until today, which I discussed it last night. A lot of you weren't there. I've written a book, okay, and I just realized this book is fucking long, and I feel like the way I always think in innovative ways, and I feel like it would be a lot simpler and a lot more productive and how can I say it? A lot more fruitful, a lot more exciting, a lot more fucking amazing if it were audios, broken down in audios, and it's kind of like a course kind of situation, okay? The people could digest and have a possibility to ask questions if they need to. Show me an author who does this. Don't worry, I'll wait. And comes up with new topics, can never exhaust the topics that they can talk about. Hello, I'm waiting. Nobody does that. Rodolfo Erdogan. What? The rest she steals from other con artists. Excuse me? Are you talking about me? That's real that must be one of my haters. Yeah, okay. I don't have the, if you're talking about me, I never stole anything from anybody. I don't have the need for it. I'm not a loser. I channel my material. And when I quote people, I give them credit. And it's only once in a while that I quote them. Oh la la. You should be embarrassed. So sad. But you know what? I expected this, and this is good, right? So this is good. This is really shows me, who's who, what's what. And maybe this is like the spring cleaning of the real, like, the people that I don't want to have on my channel, etc., or anything to do with me, quite frankly. Kelly Christine, ignore the trolls. She's been around since before almost everyone. Who are you talking about? Again, what are you guys talking about? Listen, I'm trying to be elegant. I'm an elegant person. If I really get into who steals from whom, this will be a very long session, because not for nothing, but I know a lot more than I gave away, and I can talk about these things. Okay, my lawyer gave me permission. I just, you know what? I don't even want to give them spotlight on my channel. But it's literally, if I told you, it would scare you how many people steal, okay, and call themselves coaches. You know all of them. You do. And I just, want to do a different kind of work and have done a different kind of work. So anyway, on that note, rewrite you. Hello, Anna. Anna is spelled with two N's, please. Thank you for reminding me that time doesn't matter. I just understood that the issue I was having was feeling worthless. And not feeling enough for SP. Now I'm in a better place. Yeah, it's always around that, the worthiness part, not knowing your worth. It's very common with people. You're not alone in this. But what's really funny to me, funny and also kind of like sad and frustrating, this is why I do what I do, is that if you go through my coaching, and I don't mean to like sound like a salesperson, but it's just the truth, right? It's just the truth. Like some people say, oh, like I got a couple of emails during me being on YouTube, like calling me a narcissist. Okay, what do you want? I think it's more narcissistic to tell somebody that, you should behave a certain way and only then we will like you. What if I want to literally tell the truth about my work? Okay, I am unlike anybody else. It's not a narcissistic thing to say. I think it's narcissistic to judge somebody for standing up for themselves, for wanting to do what they want to do. And it's frustrating for me that, people don't see that. Okay, so I was talking about my coaching. If you go through my coaching, you will really start to realize how misplaced things are in your life, right? So this SP or whatever, it was your object of attention because they reminded you of what you've got going on inside. And it's really startling, okay, when it has to do with the person you really care about. And you're like, how could this happen? How could this happen? And you know what? I used to be you and I sympathized, which is why I am very passionate about helping people. But the fix, okay, the solution isn't in continuing to kind of focusing on them. The fix is, the solution is to focus on you, what you haven't done in a long time. It's just magic happens, okay? When you focus on yourself, like the whole world focuses on you and tells you, hey, what do you need to be happy? Okay, and with this transition right now that I'm having, I'm used to this. Every time I've changed something in my life, every time I started making more money, I dropped some friends. They just dropped off. They didn't like me anymore. Because it's, again, it's more narcissistic to me to expect a person to always remain at the same level and not do what they really would rather do. That's narcissism right there. That you belong to me and you better behave this way. No, sorry. That's never going to happen. Oh, here's another. I'm going to enjoy this shit. The haters are in heat today. Look at this comment. Do you buy your makeup from Ace Hardware? You guessed it. You absolutely guessed it. Oh my god. I know my clients are gonna watch this or are watching it, and they're very my clients are the best. I don't care what you say. My clients are so elegant, so savvy, so fucking amazing. They're gonna have a blast from this, watching this. So we're just gonna have a stand-up comedy here for a second. This person who wrote something in Deutsch, this is an English-speaking chat, my darling, please, okay? Um, Yeah, listen, not hate. Oh, this hater again. Of course you're a hater because you don't have a life. Not hating just looks like it's a lot. Oh, okay. Thank you because I care what you think about my makeup. Oh my God. Oh, that's another gaslighting. I'm just gonna have fun with this gaslighting. I mean well for you. Less is more. Just looking out for you. Um, I'm tired of blocking it. I don't even give a shit. Maybe they'll get tired and get a job or something. But I anticipated this. This is like, look, you're learning with me on my journey, and I think this is exactly what you should expect. When you change something, when you upgrade, all the dirt pops up, right? All the, like, when I work with my clients, when they start introducing new beliefs, the old beliefs start becoming even more like vocal. Like the driftwood pops up out of nowhere. And it's their last hurrah to just kind of like try to gain control and bring you down. And all these people are trying to do is bring me down. I must be doing something right. So in that moment, you really just need to stick with your preferred parallel reality. Like I just had this conversation with one of my clients where it's like you always transitioning to a parallel reality, right? You really just need to stay put with the choice, right? That you prefer. You really just need to stay on course. Like, this is where I'm going. This is where I'm going. This is where I'm going. Everything's a shit show. I don't care. Dooba 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 doo. And you just stay on course, and you're definitely going to land in the right parallel reality. But if you, again, this is coming up for a reason. When any transition happens, like I said, in my personal life, like anytime I change something, anytime I changed my mind about my worth, started making more money, implemented changes that benefited me. This is how you know. This the rule of thumb that never fails. If you implement any change that benefits you, without hurting anybody, but actually benefiting somebody also, if they choose to get the benefit out of it, or I mean, at the very least, to be inspired by your example, etc. This is literally the, how can I say, this is what tells you that this person does not belong in your life. If somebody gets pissed off at your success, in other words, at you improving, at you upgrading, they are trying to bring you down because their own life is shit show and they don't know how else to express it. They're jealous, okay? With beliefs, the same thing. Especially when you're changing, the old beliefs are going to try to hold you down for the dear life. They depend on you because without you, they die, okay? And this is where what you need to realize with the bad beliefs is that they depend on you. You don't depend on them. You have always been, you see, this is what I'm saying. Okay, we're just gonna, okay, let me just finish my point is more important than this crazy person. Um, they depend on you for survival. You don't depend on them. Okay, and so whenever they come up, you just have to remind yourself, you exist only as per my authorization. I can get rid of you like this. I held on to you. You only are around because of my, say so. And I can also unsay so it. I can also say enough. This relationship is over between me and you. Old belief. Right? So it's that freak out that people or beliefs have when you're no longer acting the same way. It's inevitable. That's what changes. And like I said in last night in the live, change is not for the faint of heart because you have to be prepared with turbulence. But if you know where you are arriving, you're going to be set. And that's the thing, right? I think that's what's the hardest for people. Joe says, magi is an old word for wise men. Yes, yes, it is. Yeah, that's what it really is. Some people say that it's like imagination, it's imagery, but it goes a lot deeper than that. Magi, exactly. Word of a wise man, a priest, yeah, these kinds of things. But people who knew how to manipulate energy, essentially. Okay. So see, I'm just going to illustrate what I was talking about. Okay. And I did a meditation before I went on, calling in all my guides and all of my guardian angels to just kind of like discard, have everybody see what's actually happening and help me to get through this, handling this garbage. And so here it is, right? So it's out in the open now. This is what people say, and this is why I'm never going to put out my new audios in public, because it's going to fall into hands like this person. I'm not even going to name the whatever, the name, the screen name. Does a magician, would be correct grammar, but anyway, does a magician ever seek help from demonic entities? Or jinns? Serious question. Okay, so this person is mentally ill and he's in my chat room. Okay, this is what I don't want to kind of like cultivate on my channel. I want it to be pure. I want actually to know the person who's going to be in receiving my audios. I don't want to breed crazy people. I don't. And the information that you will be receiving, it's going to be pretty powerful, and you will be able to transform like a lot of shit. So you understand my precaution. Um, oh yeah. Now we're going into the Bible. Okay, anybody has questions that are sane? I'm sorry. Okay, I have about like 15 more minutes. And then I have a couple of calls. But essentially, so the magician course, right? I discussed that last night. I think people who will resonate with that understand exactly what it is. It's me teaching you in a month. It's a pretty intense kind of situation, 3 times a week. We're on Zoom like this or via phone. And I teach you just higher level shit. I mean, I literally tell you what I do in my life. And not everybody is ready for that, right? So which is why I say in the description of the package that it has to be somebody advanced, right? So if you have some lingering issues, it cannot be astronomical, okay? Like if you have like a few issues here and there, like nobody's perfect, obviously, but you need to be like advanced in that, like you've already done some work, right? Yeah, and so I'll teach you everything that I do and how I do it, how I manifest super quickly, because if I just like teach this to somebody who's coming into my coaching to work on like an SP or some other thing, and hasn't done the work correctly with another coach or whatever it may be, this will be so over their head they will not understand it. Okay, so this is in particular for people who are advanced, but essentially it's 3 times per week, right? We'll have to schedule. You'll have a slot, et cetera, et cetera. And the session is an hour. Oh my God. Where are so many crazy people coming out from? Seriously. So, and again, the material that I will share in the audios, that I will share with the monthly subscription, they're inexhaustible. Again, I just want to emphasize it's going to be material that you will never find anywhere. Why? Because it's my own. It's my own channeling. It's my own interpretation. It's me having the permission now to go all the way. Okay, not having to deal with these fucking people who, will just, I don't know. I'm just scared of these kinds of, I don't want to deal with that energy. These people are literally mental patients walking around. I don't want to deal with that kind of deal. Shit, okay? I want to deal with people and teach people how to really manifest, who really understand how to do what that even is and how to use it benevolently. And if you have some kind of like psychological issues, like that is not for you, really. I mean, you need to get help, like immediately. Okay, finally a normal question. Sub-double. Did you receive your ability from someone or on your own? How would I receive my ability from someone? I just became aware that I could do it as a child. Okay. I had this experience one time that really let me know that like something is extra. And I'll share it with you now. But I thought that was like normal for everybody. Of course, like when you just have these extra, I don't know, intuition or what, how to even say it, the ways to manifest, you think everybody does that. But I had this, I think I did it on my own. This is the answer, the short answer. But basically, I just became, honestly, up until, I don't know, maybe age, I don't know, 16, I thought everybody was like that. Okay? That everybody just like wishes for things and they just come about. That's it. Even though, and parenthesis here, I don't know how I had that notion because my parents told me in an entirely different story. Okay? Like many of you, like I received this bullshit story of like, money's hard and all this fucking bullshit, right? So, but I just didn't buy into it because I saw what other people are doing in the world. And like I told you about my 2 aunts, etc. But I had this experience when I was, I don't know, like 6, maybe 7, something like that. And I was really, I think I was already like having these experiences where I was reading thoughts. I don't know, it's hard to explain, okay? I was reading thoughts, but there was nobody in the room, kind of deal. Again, weird, right? But whatever, that is my life today. Like totally 100%, okay? And I was in the room and I like felt the presence, right? And I started like detecting thoughts, like, of somebody. And I was adjusting my chair and I was about to like sit down, do my homework or something. I must have been 7 then, or something like that, whatever. And I felt this like sensation of like, I was standing and adjusting my chair and somebody like grabbed me like right here, it felt like, and said, "It's gonna be okay," or something like this. you know. And nobody was there, right? Nobody was there. It just felt like a physical sensation that somebody grabbed me from behind, like not grabbed me, but like kind of like a hug kind of deal. Um, I've only told the story to my man. But anyway, and I got really, really scared, and I like ran out. We have like a huge apartment and back home, but it's like I ran out and to the balcony. I just stayed there for like an hour, just like praying, like back then it was like Jesus and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, Mother Mary, Jesus, and all the angels, like, please. I don't know what just happened to me. Um, but somehow, right after that, now that I think about it, I started like receiving visions. Again, now that I say it, it sounds weird, but it was normal to me. Okay, this whole thing that I'm discussing, other than this incident of like some, physical sensation, which no, I didn't imagine it. It felt so like a human being was standing behind me. But I felt the energy in the room before that anyway. And it wasn't like it was malicious or anything like that. It was just very kind of like a teacher, that kind of energy, kind of like don't worry, like relax, and things will be okay, that kind of energy. Again, don't know how I know this, but I just do. Where was I? Right, so right after that I started having visions of and here, okay, fine, I'll tell you if it helps you understand me more and what I'll be talking about in the audios. I started having visions of the underground cities, like literally how people describe these different worlds and stuff like that. And I literally described it with such precision. And I would write it like a fairy tale, like, oh, I'm journaling my fairy tales, like, and I would describe like this is the family I had, and my father is like really old, and the siblings and this and that, and I would describe like what it looked like underground, and the things I don't even know how to describe it, like the rock things hanging and all this kind of shit. And to me, that was just my imagination, right? That was just something like I kind of imagined, and all this kind of stuff. But come to like fast forward to, I don't know where I saw it, but somewhere on YouTube or internet, somewhere I saw it, like literally this discussion of underground worlds, whether real or unreal. Some people think they're real, inside Earth and this and that and the other, whatever. And I literally saw, it was an image of what it looked like, and I was like, this is exactly what I saw in my mind when I was a child. Like, how could this be? I've never heard of it before, like as a child, and et cetera, et cetera. So to me, they were just like fairy tales, and my mom would get a kick out of it. So like, I would tell her even more. She didn't. I mean, she just thought like, oh, whatever. It's like some fairy tale bullshit. But actually, like now thinking back, it was like it doesn't seem like a fairy tale. It seems like a memory of some kind. You know what I mean? And I have many, many different like things like that, where later on I would realize what that actually meant. And I don't want to go into it now because it only gets weirder. But essentially, my channeling, honestly, how can I say this? I've always had it. I just think when I started using it like for like specifically with, like, I've always had it with writing songs, I've always had it with detecting people, reading their thoughts, etc., etc. I think when I started using it for coaching, when it became like abundantly clear that like something else is helping me, because like, that's when I started like not remembering everything I said. And that was like, first it was like really spooky, I'll be honest. But now I'm just kind of used to it, right? So it's not like I'm not like right here, I'm sitting here and it's me. Yeah, I know it's me and I'm talking and this and that. But it's more like something else is tuning in that is helping me to deliver the message exactly the way I need to, right? So I'm not forgetting anything, you know what I mean? Like I'm not forgetting because I don't know what I'm saying. I'm not entirely dependent on my human knowledge is what how I would put it. Okay, so I have had experiences, dreams and shit like that, but the explanation and the advice and the kind of like the perspective and the point of view and how I explain things, that is entirely channeling. Okay, it's just what it is. Okay, I mean, if you want to call it inspiration, if you want to call it, like, I usually get visions, and, and I try to explain like what I see, you know what I mean? Like I'm visual, you know, I'm an artist also, and etc. So it shows up as a vision, and then I'm trying to explain what I see, basically, how to best explain. So I hope this made sense. I don't know, whatever. It gets a little bit like kind of weird, but you know, I guess I'm trying to make use of this, you know, and teach other people. And you know, a lot of people who have been in my coaching do have this ability, whether dormant or, you know, once used and then forgotten about. But I mean, there's so many people that are actually like totally understanding like what the fuck I'm talking about. And I was really impressed with that and really encouraged, because I don't know what gave me courage to talk about this openly on my channel, but just I felt like somebody could benefit from this. So anyway, Sub Double says, did you ever fear your ability? No. Have you ever been scared? No. No way. No, you don't understand the energy that I feel. Now it's taken over my life in the best way possible. I am grateful for it. Oh, why do I get teary-eyed? Oh. I am so grateful for it. It saved me so many different ways. I don't know why my tears are coming. Sorry. It saved me so many different ways. It gave me such amazing advice. Things I would have never known in a billion years. No, I am not scared of it. I'm fucking grateful for it. Are you joking? The way I'm able to help people, no, that's nothing but gratitude. Yeah. I mean, without it, like, I don't know. I would be like another boring person, I think. Not for nothing, but you know, I think boring people just haven't like found their authenticity, their voice, their calling kind of deal, and that's why they're bored. And I don't know. Right. So, but you know, again, in the beginning, I would say it was a little bit jarring when I was like literally, and every once in a while, I still have these situations where I would like re-listen to the conversation with my client, and I'm like, wow, this was a powerful fucking session, and how I know this. And you know, here's the deal. It does take the other person to be, again, I hate to use these labels, but why do I feel like crying? This is so weird. You guys are asking me these questions, I guess. The other person needs to be, I hate to use the label, but it needs to be advanced. And then I check into another fucking dimension. And I, like, once in a while, it still happens to me where, like, I literally don't remember what the fuck I said. I need, like, the entire session. Like, hi, how are you? How was everything? Da da da. Okay. And then they start asking me questions, and it's like, whoa, you know, and I don't remember. I have to re-listen to, and once in a while, it literally didn't even sound like me. Okay. That was a little bit kind of like, what the fuck? but most of the time, it's not like, it takes like, I think the counterpart of the conversation has to also bring their energy, and I'm kind of like communicating with that energy also, and that's when they're able to evoke out of me like something extra, if that makes any sense. But it has happened, like in particular, last year, I've had quite a bit of those because there's some people in my coaching that is like, whoa, you know, another kind of level of energy. And sometimes the person doesn't even know it. That's what the fun part is for me. They don't even know it. And I'm like trying to explain to them, like, you have no idea, like the kind of fucking energy I feel off of you right now is ridiculous. Butterfly. Oh, hello, butterfly. How to overcome being scared of this power. You know, I never. So here's the deal. I became aware of my guides eventually. Like I know I have like about 7 of them, and they come into my dreams and they show up in like lights, and I can feel their presence. But the agreement we have is that please don't freak me out. Please don't freak me out. Don't give me more than I can handle. You know, don't show up in physical form, okay, that I cannot handle seeing, okay? My human brain is not, just not is going to like fucking pass out or some shit, right? And that's pretty much the only agreement I have. And so it needs to be, basically the agreement is that don't freak me out, okay? Give me the information, I'm willing to share it, okay? Because maybe that's the reason why I was like prompted to make it public, so I can share it, so I can help, so I don't feel like, you know, I'm not doing any, like enough with it. And that's it. And my awareness of this is enough that like they understand that what I asked them to do, right? For me to be like fucking comfortable. All right. And then they will, I mean, they will do anything for me, right? But you guys have the same shit. Like you have not shit, the same kind of like setup. You have guides, you have guardian angels, right? So you can always ask things of them. They depend on you asking for things. So yeah. Okay, butterfly says, I feel sometimes like I live in 2 different realities. Sometimes there are people who love me and would do anything for me, but when I feel down or waver, they switch. And it's, yeah. Well, I just talked about it. I don't know if you were here. But that's the deal. Yeah, you always travel between realities, is what you end up lending, which reality you end up lending most of the time. Listen, if you become truly aware, it might just blow your mind. Okay. And for me, there were moments like of my like discovery of this where I was literally afraid to go a little bit cuckoo. Okay. Because literally the realities can shift so fast. And they are. The thing is, they are. So you really need to be on purpose, where you know your ultimate reality. And I've spoken about this on my channel, where so the situation isn't can you manifest, is that you have to really be careful how fast you can fucking manifest. Okay, we have a different problem here. Which is why like I'm trying to teach what I know, right, to everybody. Like you have the problem incorrect. It's not like I can't manifest. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like I have to be careful what I manifest because it's going to show up that quick. I mean, that's the real thing here. So the realities are literally shifting every millisecond, like billions of times per second. So in the next second, right here, right now, the world is not the same. Nothing is the same. And you have the ability to then, but how powerful is that knowledge, right? Where it's like you get to transform anything in your life in a single day. In a single day. That's what's mind-blowing and really powerful. If you're really on purpose, if your beliefs allow you to believe this, and if your beliefs allow you to know that you can do this, that you can do this, and this is how it's actually operating. Like in a week, if you really concentrate, if you really work, have your beliefs worked out and this and that, and you really like start experimenting with your power, which is why I want to take my teachings to another level. You can accomplish way more in a week than you've accomplished in a year. Okay, than most people accomplish in a year. True story. But the thing is, like, it takes dedication, it takes focus, and it takes awareness of like, what are you creating? If you're getting like sidetracked by 100 million videos that you're watching on YouTube, that is not power. You need to, honestly, between you and I, you need to choose a coach. You need to choose a coach and stick to that fucking coach. Do the program, and then that's it. No more fucking videos. Once in a while, yeah, right, you'll see something will pop up, but not in a desperation, not in a like, okay, I'm going to hear something I have never heard before. No, the entirety is like, why I say it's choose the coach is because you are the story. Those people are never going to tell you a story. Everybody has their perspective on YouTube. Let's face it, everybody's on their own journeys as well, even coaches. And everybody has their own, and don't forget this, okay, and I've spoken about this, everybody has their own belief system, their own way of thinking, and that will rub off on you. This is inevitable. Okay, so if a coach right away has some limitations and this and that, forget it. It exists. It just definitely does exist. Okay, so in fact, what you have to be in fact aware what it is that people are trying to project on you. Does it resonate? You have the ability to choose. It's kind of like tarot reading, right? Your consciousness dictates, excuse me, what this tarot reader will tell you. Sorry, 1 second. Oh my god. I need more tea. And so the videos that you scrolling and this and that, whatever you're gravitating towards is also your consciousness. So there's a lot of ton of information out there, is what you take in and what you make yours, what you agree to make yours, what you agree to. Yeah, there is such a thing. Okay. Butterfly says, I manifested an SP clone, like literally identical, who was obsessed with me, calling my name 100 times a day. And his friends were shocked. And one day he got so mad at me because I didn't answer him and he insulted me. Okay, I'm sorry that happened. Yeah, I don't know how you do what you do with your manifestations, but that's not a good creation. That's really what it is. It's a, honestly, you want me to be honest, it's sloppy creating. You need to be on purpose. And I teach this in my coaching, like, be very specific. Don't let anything up to interpretation or whatever. You need to be literally like this, and this. And the other thing I really meant to insert also, I meant to talk about this in one of my audios, the last audios that I posted, but when people say you have to detach from your creation, I disagree. I disagree profoundly. There's a difference between detaching and not worrying about it. If you mean not worry about it, okay, but detaching, your laser sharp focus on it makes it come about fastest. Now, if you're doing it with a desperation laser focus, then okay, yeah, then maybe don't think about it for a second. But the fastest way to create is to literally zero in on it, like, this is coming to me and this is coming to me now. you know, like today, right now, in an hour. You can totally, now, if I say in an hour and you're like, maybe not, like you don't believe that, then there it is. You need to work that out, your beliefs, whatever, drama, trauma, panorama. But to me, like if I say, honestly, this is what I deal with, like this is how I do it today. Okay, I want this in an hour. I'm talking to myself, okay? Mind you, that's the only person I need to consult, all right, ever. This is what I want in an hour. I want this person to call me. I want this person, da 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 da. I want this to go like this. That's it. I'm my own counsel. These are my decisions. Again, even the angels, your guardian angels, even your guides are dependent upon your decisions, dependent upon your instructions. You're the decider of it all. Okay, so let's wrap up. Thank you for showing up. Whoever was commenting, nice comments. Again, all the information will be below. If you want to get into coaching with me, again, you can always book an hour. And then I can apply that hour towards your monthly, 2 to 3 months is what I recommend. You have the True Magician course now is available on my website. And of course, the monthly audios, which honestly, I am so excited about, really excited about. And I gave you a little bit of my background today where you could kind of understand why I would be hesitant also to put this out, and also how, I don't know, it just, you can understand why that deserves to have a paid subscription, you know, and not just, you know, be out and about. It's a book. It's literally a subscription to a book, a very special one. Okay. Thank you. Okay, sub double thank you very much. Again, if you need to reach me, the email, any questions, blah, blah, blah. But this will be uploaded. You can rewatch this. And thank you very much, everybody. Until next time. The next live will be Tuesday, 10 p.m. All right, so we're doing lives now. And again, I'm leaving all the audios for you. All right, thank you very much. Ciao, ciao.